This is a cool one, you guys. It's a cool one. Hello. Good to see ya. Look who I have with us today. What? I just discovered my dog Squeezel the dog, who is my assistant. There's Kismet the cat. Has a phobia I was unaware of before this moment, which is like there was a fly buzzing around my house, and she went and hid in the closet. I was like, what? Then I was like spraying like a spray at the fly, but it was like a organic all-purpose cleaner trying to get the fly. And then she was like, oh, I'm definitely going in the closet. And she buried herself under this sweater. And I was like, I think I want to wear that sweater today. Anyway, she was under the shivering. And I'm like, my little boo dog. So then I started asking a bunch of questions in my psychic way that I do. And I think that before I had her, before she was on the streets as a street dog, I think there was a fly incident. Like maybe somebody was chasing a fly around to try to kill it. Yeah, that reads. And then they hit the fly with something, but they also hit the Squeezel dog, which I feel like is not okay. Look at her face. How could you hit that face? Look at her face. Look how shy she is today. I can't get my arm out of the way. Okay, so I've already pulled your cards. I opened your Akashic Records, the group of you that are watching this. It's an interesting one this time. The recent past is this bad boy. You've been calling in your soul family. Recent past. I'm going to read you what the words are, but for now, let's get the gist. The gist. Present moment, you're breaking the chains. Okay? Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You're in the middle of some of that right now. That's the present moment. The outcome is the initiation card. It looks like that. These are the words. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Bitches, let's read about what all this has to do with any of the things to do with any of the other things. Now, as many of you know, this fucking deck right here is the one where it's like it's the most woo-woo deck in the sense that it's the least logically laid out. Like there's no way, like they should be numbered. Whoops, they should be numbered. This should be like number 7, and then I could go to number 7 in here. That would be good, Rebecca Campbell. I love your materials and the artwork and the content, but let's number the shit next time. Can we? Coming from a sassy Jew from the East Coast, can you please? All right, soul family, here's what you guys have been doing in the recent past. Calling in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone, dummy. It's time to call in your soul family and support them. And support team. That's called projection, what I just did there. People who get you at the soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. People who are your chosen family. They're coming and they're looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. You're a weirdo. Deal with it. I added that part. If you've already found them, then you're being called to let them support you, dumbass, and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, coach, mentor, or healer. KatieRubin.com. Tune in to what kind of support you need now. And the Work Your Light action homework for all of us is call in your support team now. Now, I'm saying all of that stuff with extra intensity and edge because as it happens, I know like 6 people. I just pulled these right now and I realized I know 6 people that are like, it's like I'm looking for my soul family and my soul tribe. And it's like people are sort of waking up to, let me reframe that. People like myself who are super self-sufficient and self-starters and self-reliant. We can be overly so. And it's like in the recent past, gratefully, we've been calling in our soul tribe and family and team of support because we're all starting to wake up to the fact that we need support too. Even if you're a strong motherfucker, you need help. You need a team. You can often go from here to here without a team, but you can't go from here to here without a team. You got to have your support team. Okay, you get the point. Break the chain. Let's dig through this entire goddamn book to find where the fuck they wrote about breaking the chain. Yeah, you can be a deep spiritualist and still say fuck a lot. You can. You 100% can, and my phone agrees. You heard it here. Page 60, I found it. Right after I'm complaining, that one wasn't very hard to find. Okay, break the chain. This is the present moment we're all in. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You're being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line. Paternal. Healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or falling down, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. I'm going to use my healer voice now. I never talk like this, but maybe every now and again. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Namaste. Often, they are not even ours to begin with. But we do not know another way of being, and so we continue, I can't do that voice anymore, playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person. Don't try to buy milk at the hardware store. They don't sell milk at the hardware store. Translation, you can't make that person who you wanted to be this thing, who isn't that thing, be that thing. She ain't that thing, bitch. Wake up. But we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. We go to the hardware store, we go, no, but this week you have milk, right? How about just almond milk? Do you have almond milk here at the hardware store? No? I'll be back next week to check again. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Good God, Christ on the cross, is that true in my reality? There have been so many things where when I gave up my mom changing, my stepmom changing, my sister, my dad, my uncle, my brother, when I gave up everybody changing and got really busy working on me, guess what? The energetic field of my connection to my lineage and my family shifted their shit. Would they give that credit? Of course not. It doesn't matter, though. Credit is not the point. The point is that the shifts occur. But that's the irony. We can't be attached to other people changing. We have to be committed to our own transformation. And then we let the chips fall as they may with the people around us, which means many of you, I'm sure, are outgrowing a lot of fuckers you've been hanging out with. That's not because you're a bad lady or man person or non-binary, non-gender identification person. That's because you're changing and growing. Don't look at, I'm doing 2-finger point. This is a 2-finger point that I'm making right now. 2 fingers. Atcha. If you're changing and growing and suddenly these people can't hang anymore, it's good riddance. And it may just be for now or for 5 years or for 10 years, but you got to roll forward, sister. I'm using sister here to apply to all genders. Let's move on. Energy is freed up. Okay, let's go back. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you can't heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You're being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. And the little extra part says, what old ways of being from your family line, wow, are you ready to let go? Seek assistance from your support team, tribe, friends, healer, coach, etc. to begin freeing yourself from it now. I swear to God, I didn't pull this card as a marketing tool for my business, but go ahead and book a session, dummy. All right, the outcome of this is the initiation. You're getting initiated into a fancy new thing. It's going to be a rite of passage. Who needs my face? All you need is to hear the sounds. Crossing the threshold. Let's read what the mystery book has to say about the initiation. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I do not have COVID. Like you could catch my COVID over the computer. I wonder if we'll ever get to that level of neurosis in the world where we're like, ooh, she sneezed on the computer. I better go the other way. By the way, I'm not an anti-masker. Wear your fucking mask. Hello. The outcome of having called in your soul family, realizing you need support, looking right now at the ancestral healing that needs doing, and hopefully doing it for yourself or with your team or with your partners or whatever the fuck you're doing. The outcome is the initiation, the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. That seems pretty logical, doesn't it? Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside. Ooh, they all have like little ghosts hanging in the front and like Halloween, what's that called? Like spider webs. But are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. Unlike a haunted house. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. Hallelujah. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Are you ready for something sacred, fucker? Or do you want to stay with what you already know? How's that been working for you? Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Let's read that again. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Isn't that beautiful? Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. And usually in my experience, they do take place because of those things. You're not wrong and bad if you're going through grief, great loss, devastation, etc. That's just how we get initiated into next forward movements into next segments of life and reality. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. Like, why would you bother stepping forward? Uh-oh, I just froze up. No. Can you still hear me? I'm going to keep recording because the timer thing is still going, but now you don't get to see my face. I'm sorry. What does it say? It's through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you're in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. You're going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. Rite of passage, cross the threshold. Well, since my face is frozen in that gorgeous position right there, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, but I want to say, remember, when you're in the middle of healing stuff, it can feel incredibly confusing and daunting and painful and scary. But it's going to complete itself if you stay on track with the work you're already doing with yourself, with the transformations you're already in the middle of, with the letting go of the old identifications that you're ready to let go of, okay? If you stay on track with that work, you've already called in your soul family in the recent past. If you've done that, which you have, and you stay on the ancestral pattern healing, you're already rewriting the future and walking through your rite of passage. You're crossing the threshold, bitch. You're going to be fine. Listen to All the Answers podcast, my free podcast, everywhere you get podcasts. It's called All the Answers. We have all the answers, and we provide them on the podcast. You're going to love it. It's very funny and very deep. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Look at my gorgeous frozen face.